guys, welcome back to another Kenshin reaction and analysis. We are going to be watching episode 2 of Kyoto Disturbance, or episode 26, titled The East Sea Road. So like I said in my last video, we're going to be seeing Aoshi again for the first time in a while. And he's going to talk with Megumi at the dojo. And it's going to give her like flashbacks of everything she had to go through. And then he also approaches Saito. Saito goes back to the dojo before he heads to Kyoto. Aoshi heads to Kyoto as well. And that's when we see Aoshi fight the men in the forest, and we see Sojiro. And I think, let's see, we see that preview image in the episode preview of last week showed Yumi and Shishio in the forest as well with Sojiro and Aoshi. We're going to see MISAO in this episode, I believe, which I'm really excited because MISAO is one of my favorite Rurouni Kenshin female characters. She's going to meet Kenshin, or Kenshin's going to meet her for the first time, and Kenshin's gonna get to know a little bit more about her, and gonna go into spoiler territory, but he learns that she was part of the Oniwaban way back in the day. So someone in my last video actually had pointed out if I could do an analysis of the ending, because it kind of shows MISAO when she was in the Oniwaban when she was a kid. And I actually didn't really watch the ending all the way through. I just listened to the song. So I will do an analysis of it at the end of this video. So let's go ahead and get into the episode. No, it's Aoshi Shiramori. So it looks like they animated the scene during nighttime. I didn't really like that shot of Aoshi. Like, this is what it looks like in the manga, and it just was kind of unclear because it was dark. And here comes my boy, Saito. I would have loved to see a fight between Saito and Aoshi. Would have been interesting. It's Sojiro just spying on him. Yo, my boy just being straight up. Oh, she ain't having it. The fight animations are always so good. If I'm being completely honest, I don't actually remember this in the 90s anime as clear, and I probably should have went back and rewatched it. Ooh, saw a little bit of blood. Okay. Yeah, I don't remember this scene in particular in the 90s anime, so I don't even think they actually animated this scene. I'm gonna have to go back and watch it. Even though I've watched Kyoto Arc like 50 times, I just don't remember this scene particularly. Oh, okay. If this scene is in the 90s anime, this is actually, I prefer this. Holy shit. That was brutal. That was really good. That actually was perfect. Sojiro is just like so cute, but like you just know that there's something up with this boy. Like you can just see like the trauma in his eyes, but he's just always like so like sweet and smiling and like, for anyone who doesn't know anything about Sojiro, who hasn't read the manga or seen the 90s anime, his backstory is like really, really sad. And I can't wait to see that animated as well. Oh, I like how they did that. Oh, I love how they Like the manga panels line up so perfectly with this anime. It's actually so crazy. Oh, Yumi looks so pretty. I mean, we saw her in the preview trailer, but I really like Shishio's voice in this anime, as well as so far the background music has actually been really good. Oh, this is the Oniwaban's graves. Oh, we're getting a little map. History lesson. I hate when people are like, oh, Kenshin isn't a historical anime. I would say yes, it is. Like, yeah, the story is made up, but it takes place in real places during a real time period. Okay, I'm gonna pause it real quick because it looks like they moved the scene. Because what we were supposed to see next, right after that last scene, was Kenshin just walking, and then he has more flashbacks of when he was talking to Saito, and I guess they had moved that scene to episode 1 when I was confused, when I was like, why are we having a dialogue between Kenshin and Saito? But it looks like they moved that scene for episode 1, and then this scene has been moved to this scene. I don't know why they did that, but let's continue watching. Unless they left out the scene where the policeman is chasing Kenshin, which I really hope not because it's really funny. Oh, I think they did. Yeah, so there's a scene where Kenshin, right here, it's a really goofy scene where he's running away from the policeman because he's like, you're not supposed to have a sword here. Swords are banned. And that was really funny in the 90s anime. Okay, so it skipped that. So now he's in the woods and we're going to see MISAO. I love her so much. They're just like, what? Oh, I love it so much. I'm gonna have to go back and watch the 90s anime, but I think I prefer this episode and these scenes in particular compared to the 90s anime. I know I'll get a lot of hate for that, but this is so good. Like I said, it's following the manga perfectly, panel by panel. He took the money. She's like, okay, I have to pull out the real weapons now. He's like, this is not worth anything because it's a reverse blade sword. She's like, I'm stealing more money. Kenshin knows. He knows what happened to them, so he was there. Oh, I love how they did the flashbacks. Okay, the manga didn't have panels of flashbacks in that scene. Oh, that was really good. Oh, that's it. Okay, we're gonna watch the ending real quick because I didn't get to see all of it last episode. This kind of reminds me of the "It's Gonna Rain" ending, just because it's raining. I love that song, by the way. One of my favorite Kenshin songs in the 90s anime. Misao, and she was a little kid when the Oniwaban took care of her. And we got Karu saying goodbye to Kenshin. Or Kenshin coming back in that scene. Oh, okay, we're getting the village episode next week. Let's talk about it. So, Kenshin obviously is not wanting to tell Misao the truth about what happened to the Oniwaban, so she's gonna keep picking his brain. He's going to refuse to tell her. He doesn't want anything to do with her anymore. He's like trying to get away from her. And then we get that scene where he jumps across the edge, and Misao is gonna try to do that as well. But she lands up failing and falling, and Kenshin saves her, and she continues to travel along with Kenshin Let's see what else. She's just trying really, really hard to get the truth out of Kenshin, and then that's when they stumble upon the man who's just bloody and has his little brother protecting his little brother. He dies, and then the little boy is like, I hate these people who did this to my brother. And Kenshin takes the little boy and MISAO to the village where his parents are supposed to be, but fortunately they were murdered too. So Kenshin is like, okay, we need to find who did this, and then it's revealed that it's Shishio's men, and they're gonna end up seeing Saito. Saito's gonna arrive there, and that's when, I don't know if we're gonna get this because that's kind of a lot. I don't know if we're gonna be seeing Yumi and Shishio there yet. It still looks like we have a long ways to go. Because MISAO stays with the little boy while Kenshin and Saito go to see Shishio. And that is when shit gets crazy. That's when we get the fight between Senkaku and Kenshin, which we saw in the preview trailer. We get to see the first battle between Kenshin and Sojiro, but Kenshin's sword breaks, and they're like, okay, we have to delay the fight, delay the battle, and then Shishio and Yumi take off, and Sojiro stays there battling Kenshin, but Kenshin's sword breaks. And then after that, we're finally going to see Sano again, and Sano is going to meet that monk on his way to Kyoto, and that's when he learns the Futai no Kiwame, and that finishes off this Kenshin Bizbig. And soon we will get all of the crazy fights in the Kyoto arc. Once everyone arrives in Kyoto, that's kind of when things get really crazy. Absolutely loving this anime. Like I said, I'm going to go back and rewatch this specific episode in the 90s anime, but I think I prefer this episode just because the fight scenes, the way they did the flashbacks. Again, I don't know why they cut out the scene where Kenshin is being chased by the police officer, because that was really, really funny in the 90s anime, and I guess they did it just for like to save time, or like I don't know, but it was a really funny scene, and it wasn't that long. It was maybe a few seconds, and it was just really funny. They cut that out, and then again, they moved that one scene, the dialogue with Saito and Kenshin before they go to Kyoto. They moved that to episode 1, and then they moved that one scene where Kenshin is walking and the girls stop him. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like they're also going to be moving some of those scenes that don't really matter, or taking them out completely, which is understandable, but at the same time, it's like, I really liked those scenes in the 90s anime, but okay. But as far as like the 90s anime was really censored, as most of you guys know. This fight scene where Aoshi was fighting the men was very brutal and raw, and you would not see that in the 90s anime. Like, yes, there were some intense fight scenes, but as far as like the blood and the gore and all of that, you didn't really see that in the 90s anime. It was very much censored. And this anime, you see that more, and it's really, really brutal, and I like it. I think it's really cool because it follows the manga, like I said, panel by panel perfectly, whereas the 90s anime censored a lot of that stuff. Now, I'm not saying that this anime is topping the 90s anime. I'm just saying that the fight scenes, and as far as following the manga, this is doing a better job. Again, I will always be nostalgic for the 90s anime. It holds a special place in my heart. But as far as this episode, I actually prefer this so far. Gotta go back and rewatch the 90s anime with this episode. But it's so good, guys. Like, I'm so happy that Kenshin got a remake. At first I was like, oh, it doesn't need a remake. Yeah, I totally disagree with that. I think this remake is awesome. And like I said, it's really cool seeing Kenshin in a new modern anime style. and getting to see what the 90s anime cut out or didn't animate or censored. And I'm just so freaking excited to see all of the fight scenes coming up, and of course the Jinshu arc. I'm gonna go absolutely crazy seeing Jinshu animated. Ugh, it's gonna be so good. But anyway, guys, let me know what you thought of this episode in the comments down below. Please give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed my reaction, and I will see you in my next Kenshin reaction. Please hit that subscribe button because we'll be coming out with Kenshin reactions every Thursdays. Thank you guys so much for watching. Rurouni Kenshin out.